overcast Saturday and it started out super cold. It's still pretty cool, but I left my coat in the house when I went in, and I'm gonna survive out here now. I wouldn't have survived earlier as cold as it was. But guys, I might have offended some of you, and so I'm honestly gonna apologize and sincerely apologize. But I want to explain why I did what I did, and tell you just how my brain works. But we got a bunch of rain this past week, which has been awesome. In the past couple months, we've had more rain than we've had in a year and a half, and it's been really nice. Except, hey, Jody Edwards, I saw that you passed by here the other day. We wish you would have reached out. We would have loved to have met you. But anyway, I've been cleaning out corrals on this Saturday. We're supposed to get more rain tonight or tomorrow, and so I'm just trying to clean things out, get things situated. I ended up putting up a couple shorts, YouTube shorts, that have been getting some views, quite a few views, but there's a lot of people that think they're hilarious, and then there's people that are offended. And so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna explain myself. I'm not trying to justify, well, I guess I am, justify my actions. But I also, for those of you that I've offended, I sincerely apologize. Here's the situation. Well, actually, let's see if any of you know what the situation is. What were the shorts about? Let's see if you watched them enough to know that. That'd be kind of fun. So let me wait just a minute. I gotta go turn off some water here. Or no, I guess I'll just move it to the other container. But sorry. So anyway, I'm trying to water things as I talk to you. I try to water things in the afternoon when it's a little warmer than when it's so cold. But if you're on, hit that like button. No one's responding that they know what my YouTube shorts were about. So maybe there's no one on here that thought they were funny or that got offended. So that's good. So here's what happened. The other day, maybe a lot of you have been hearing, if you're watching the news at all right now, there's a lot about the equine herpes virus that's going around. And it's a serious deal. Horses are dying, and vets around the country are trying to gather together and figure this out so they can stop the spread of it. And there you go. James must have watched my short. It's equine herpes, and it's a real deal. It's killing some horses, and they're concerned, as they ought to be. And I'm grateful actually that we live in a country that, regardless of if you think government is doing the right thing or not, I'm grateful for a government that's trying to figure things out. And I've lived out of the country before, and I'm just grateful for America, that we can try to take care of our animals and ourselves, and it really has been eye-opening just to realize how this could really affect a lot of people and their livelihood, not to mention losing beloved animals. I see that somebody watched my short because she said, a mask on a horse. It is funny looking. Well, let me tell you, when I heard about the equine herpes virus, someone said, man, it almost feels like when COVID became such a big deal among humans. And so right as they said that, this is just how my funny brain works. I thought of the masks that a lot of us were trying to to wear, to be obedient and do what we're been asked to do, right? And I thought, man, can you imagine a horse wearing a mask? And it wasn't meant to be a political statement. It wasn't meant to be unsympathetic to those of you that have lost animals. Those of you that know and watch our channel, you know that we recently lost Chipper and how hard it is to lose an animal you love. But just my goofy mind went to the idea of, can you imagine if horses had to wear masks? So I made some videos with horses wearing masks, and a lot of people have thought they're funny, and there's people that think I'm very insensitive, and how dare I joke about something like this. And if I've offended you, I am sincerely sorry. That was not my intent. My intent was just to be goofy, and sometimes you gotta smile in tough situations. I laughed. The horse kept sneezing. A resistant chick says, yes, this horse right behind me that is going to Kentucky, and I'll have to tell you about that, because this is one that may really be affected by the equine herpes virus outbreak. But anyway, when I put the mask on her, and I can't remember her name because Gina is naming her a Navajo name, and I can't remember what it was, but she started sneezing. She just did not like the mask on her nose. It was kind of funny. She didn't like try to get it off. She was really sweet about it. She just kind of kept sneezing, trying to get it off her nose. It was kind of funny. But with that said, this one is supposed to be going to Kentucky, and so all of a sudden rules are changing drastically. Every day there's new stuff. The last I've heard, and I have a vet appointment coming up next week, or this coming week, but now health certificates will no longer be valid for 30 days, but just 5 days. So it's not like you can get it done and then say, well, I'll do it this week because the horse is leaving within the month. You've got to make sure it happens right as they're leaving. And so that's a huge change. I'm curious if borders of states are going to be cracking down on horse transport. So horse transporters, it's really going to affect them, because they've got to watch all the rules and regulations. They've got to be prepared with all the proper documentation, which should have been happening anyway, right? But sometimes we get lax and things aren't happening the way they maybe should be until a emergency situation like this. So, maybe it'll be a good thing in the long run, as far as just things. Sorry, I'm just watering. It may be good in the long run, but for now, it seems like a pain and a real inconvenience. On my other social media channel, I already talked about this, but many of you that watch our YouTube know that my brother is a professional trainer, and I talked to him, and he's concerned because now he doesn't want to bring any outside horses into his facility, but he's full right now with outside clients. Well, what happens when you finish riding for your 30 days or 60 days, and now maybe the owner says, hey, can you keep him there, because I don't want to expose him to my horses until this thing passes, and I don't know, everyone's going to be different, and rules are different, states are different. That's funny, it really wasn't a sneeze. I don't know, it's like it was trying to blow its nose to push it off. That's how I felt. But so anyway, it's made me think, for those of you that that are in the horse industry, whether you're a cowboy, a cowgirl, a roper, a barrel racer, if you're going to a cutting show or a reining show, you know, or like say horse transporters, auctions. I saw that a cattle drive in Texas has been canceled because it's a historic cattle drive because all these horses, they don't want to gather horses from different places. And so there is a lot that's going on. Most of you on right now are saying you thought my jokes were funny, and I do appreciate that. Hey guys, Gina is on, and Gina is the one that's getting this beautiful black and white filly. And Gina, every time I go live, I realize I still don't know the name of this girl because you told me in a text, and it was Navajo for moon, I think, because she has a moon on her forehead. But I can't remember how you were gonna spell it, but anyway, maybe I'll just start calling her Moon for now. Or in Spanish, it'd be Luna. Luna is moon. But anyway, Gina, I was just telling him, if in case you just got on, I did a short or a reel, and I showed your beautiful filly here. She's muddy as can be. I mucked out her stall with the tractor, and anyway, it's just wet, so she's kind of dirty, but she's absolutely gorgeous. But oh, there you go. Gina says she wants to wait to meet her in person before, but she'd shorten it and we'll call her Ani or something like that. I love that. So anyway, I was just telling them, Gina, just that with this equine herpes virus, that we're wanting to be really cautious with this girl, and how it changes everything as far as shippers are concerned. And so man, she's wanting to be friendly and come up and get some loves, huh? Or maybe it's because you hear I'm talking to Gina and you're like, I want to meet her. Yep, you're new owners on this live right now. So there you have it, guys. There's a lot going on with the EHV, right? Equine herpes virus. Yeah, Gina says yes, very much gathering information every day to make sure I'm informed as I can be. Yeah, Gina's been very proactive. Her shipper also is being very proactive. Like say, if anything, it's just going to help shippers and owners to be more vigilant and to do their due diligence. And we pray that everything goes well, that veterinarians and government officials, isn't there a agriculture person that works in the White House? I don't know what their title is, but I'm sure there's got to be a lot going, because yes, for any one of us to lose a beloved horse would be tragic, but horses have become a millions of dollars and probably billions of dollars industry in the US. And so if you have to cancel like the National Finals Rodeo, that's huge. I mean, that's like canceling the Super Bowl. Maybe even bigger, because it's 10 days in a row of people going to Vegas, spending money, having hotel rooms, wanting to be reimbursed tickets. I mean, it's huge. So that's just one example. But there you have it, guys. If you were offended, if you thought I was making light of horses dying, that absolutely was not my intention. I love horses as much as anybody, and if we go back to COVID, I lost friends in COVID, so there's nothing to laugh about with that. It was just how my silly mind works when someone said that this virus was reminding them of COVID, and all of a sudden I had the silly thought, can you imagine if horses had to wear masks? And I went ahead and made some reels about that a lot of people are laughing about. Actually, the funniest comment, and maybe you're on here. If you are, let me know. Oh, thank you. Jody said it's the agricultural department of the country. That's what I was looking for. But someone watched the reel and they're like, oh my gosh, I just took a sip of my coffee and I started to laugh so hard that it spewed all over out my mouth and nose. I wish I would have had a mask on. And I thought that's someone with my personality, with my sense of humor, that not only did she laugh about my stupid idea and joke, but then she made her own joke, like, I wish I would have had a mask to keep all this stuff in. Anyway, there you have it, guys. Go watch those reels or shorts or whatever. Go watch them and see if you're offended. If you are, feel free to tell me. And again, I really do apologize if I offended you. I hope my explanation helps you realize that this is a serious situation, and it could affect many lives of horses, but also human lives in their livelihoods or their what's the word, just extracurricular things that they enjoy doing. We're not going to the National Finals Rodeo this year for the first year in about 2 or 3 years. We've got to go for a few years, and it's been so fun. This year we just didn't feel like we could afford it, and just busy doing other things. So I'm not as concerned for us personally with the National Finals Rodeo, but man, can you imagine those cowboys and cowgirls that have worked all year long to qualify for the National Finals Rodeo, and then if that was canceled, that's huge for them and their families and for all those going to watch and support. So kind of some big things to think about, and maybe there's some things I'm not even thinking about that you could include in your comments. So Jody's asking how Vicky's doing. She's doing pretty good. Thank you, Jody, for asking. Jody, oh, it's actually Vicky's birthday today. Not that I forgot that, but I hadn't thought to mention it on this live. Vicky turned 54 today. So guys, Vicky is doing a little better with her health, I feel like, but those of you that are 50 plus, it's not like you can change the clock. And so you can try to get in shape, you can try to eat better, but you're still 50 plus. So anyway, if you want to wish Vicky a happy birthday on here, we'd love to have you wish her a happy birthday. Hope you're all having a great day. If I offended you, I'm sorry. If I made you laugh and cheered you up a little bit today, I'm glad I could do that. So it's interesting that you can do something that makes somebody happy and puts a smile on their face, but the same thing can offend someone else. But that's just something I've learned about social media, is that there is so many differing opinions out there. Sorry, I wasn't supposed to tell her age, but guess what? She turned as old as I am today, so I can't make fun of her for 6 more months. I'm an old man for 6 months, and then she became an old woman today, so just teasing. Well, guys, have a great day, and yes, Vicky does look amazing. Now, you say she has no wrinkles, but yeah, I wish I could. I got this huge sunspot too. I get it taken off by a dermatologist once in a while, and it looks better for a while, and they scrape it off. But I love to be outside, and it's hard to keep it looking okay. But well, guys, have a great day. God bless, and pray that Gina can get this beautiful filly to Kentucky. So we're watching everything. I know this looks really bad, but it looks worse than it is. I scraped it out with the tractor, and so it's just really wet. But it's cleaner than it looks, but since I scraped off all the loose manure, it's just wet and slimy underneath. But trying to get things cleaned out and ready for this storm that's coming in tonight. So guys, have a great day. Go watch our channel if you would, and tell me what you think, and wish Vicky a happy birthday. God bless, and everyone have a great rest of your Saturday.